welcome to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Real Tea. I am Kimberly Dixon. I'm here with my beautiful co-host as usual. I'm gonna look over to my right and say hello to my girl Lisa White, all the way from Pearland, Texas.
How y'all doing? Now,
how you doing today, lady?
I am wonderful. I'm even better because I'm here with you guys.
Wonderful. Well, you look wonderful. You look well.
There you go.
You look well.
Yes,
I feel good.
She's glowing.
You are.
Yeah, a few pounds over, but I'm still feeling good.
Well, that's good loving and good living. That's what they say.
Hello.
Well, if that's the case, let me get a little less.
You want a little
Now,
a mess.
Yes.
A mess. And how are you, Miss Marla Lewis, all the way from Clear Lake, Texas?
Good. I'm good. Good. Yes, ready to be here with you guys.
You feeling
Yes.
healthy?
I am.
Well, if y'all notice the theme, I keep asking if you are feeling healthy, if you're feeling well, is because the topic of today's show is health and your wealth. And we have an expert on the show who's going to give us some specifics related to how important your health is to your wealth. You know, we need to, as entrepreneurs, as intense entrepreneurs,
That's right.
we often try to pour from empty cups.
and we pour into everybody else.
We're trying to pour big visions
Into
into big visions
So
from
true.
empty cups, right?
because we have lofty assignments. You know, we're helping.
We're mothers, we're wives, we're business owners.
But we're helping people with the
heads of
largest purchase.
organizations. We do all of that.
We're helping
Yes.
people with the largest purchase they will probably make in their lifetime.
That's right. That's right. And sometimes we are doing that on empty.
On E.
On
A
E.
lot of times.
And so we can't be of value to our clients or to ourselves or our families unless we are taking care of ourselves.
And so I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited because we have a good one.
We have a good show today.
Yes,
so
we do.
We're going to share with you some tips on how to improve your health and how important it is to your wealth. And I want you to stay tuned because this is going to be good information.
Hi, I'm Harold,
And I'm Estelle.
and we're here to share our experience with Lisa White as our realtor. We had a 43-year-old rental property that our tenants let us know without warning that they were moving, and as a result, we had to act upon the situation. And we didn't have anybody, we didn't have a realtor in mind, so we went to our goddaughter, and she recommended Lisa White. We got with Lisa, we did a walkthrough of the house, and Lisa told us what our options were. And Lisa said that the house had good vibes and good bones. But if we decided to sell the house as is, we would not get anywhere near the amount of money that we were hoping to get for the property. But she was saying with some careful decision making and injection of income into the property in the right places, that we could get a fair market value for the home. And so that I got out of the way and I let the ladies discuss how to improve the property. And so when the two of them got together talking about what they wanted, and Lisa was keeping us aware of what the trends were at the time. As a result, the final outcome was that we actually sold the home for way above what we really thought it would be able to sell for. We recommend Lisa highly. She was always there. She didn't just put a sale sign in the front yard. She was with us all the way.
Welcome back to Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Real Tea. I am your host, Kimberly Dixon, and again, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, but we are talking about something if you're an entrepreneur, you need to listen to today. We are talking about health and the importance of it to your wealth. We have an expert in the world of health and wellness on the show, and she is going to give us a wealth of information. So let's see who's behind the red door.
Yes, come on out. Yes.
Hey.
And she's beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yes, yes. I love it.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Well, Miss Crystal Hadnott, welcome to the show. How are you?
I am well. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us for this important topic.
Yes.
Now, your bio is so impressive. There's so much big energy in this little woman.
Do you hear me?
Oh, I love it. I love it. And so I don't want to miss anything. So I'm just going to share with our audience a little bit of our bio, and then we'll ask you to tell a little bit of your story as well.
Okay. No problem.
So y'all, Crystal's a seasoned nonprofit professional executive with 20 years of experience.
Yeah.
She is a graduate of U of H
Okay.
and a graduate of Texas Southern University, my alma mater.
Mine too.
Hello.
Okay. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Who you rooting for?
The Cougars.
Yes, you.
I just say go Cougs.
Oh my goodness. But at Texas Southern, you earned a Master's of Public Administration and a Doctorate of Philosophy
Wow.
in Administrative Justice. I'm not done. Ooh, this woman. You are a philanthropist, and she's a wellness expert, certified integrative nutritionist. I want you to expound on that later. She is an author, an accomplished athlete and marathon runner.
My God.
With a new book that will be released June 1st, right? And you had a quote on your website that I found extremely exciting. It said, "Behind every dope woman is a hell of a story."
Yes.
So we got 4 hell of a stories
We
up
got
there,
4
huh?
hell of a stories on the couch. But I want you to share with the audience a little bit about your health and wellness journey and how you came to be.
Well, my health and wellness journey, a lot of people think I just one day started a business, and that it didn't happen that way. My health and wellness journey actually started when I was in college. At University of Houston undergrad. When I was in undergrad, my junior year, I ended up getting really, really sick, like severely ill. Basically, my colon had stopped working. And the doctors was like, it was too far, like couldn't get an enema, none of that stuff. They were just like, let's just hope you don't die of toxicity. And I was just like,
Oh, God.
that's not an option. Like,
Yeah.
So the only option they were giving me is to just let's hope everything pass eventually.
And so you were 20, 21 years old.
Yeah, 20, 21. And at that age, you feel like you can do anything anyway. So I was like, well, I'm gonna figure it out if y'all can't figure it out. But my biggest issue was at that time, not just how to heal myself, was really more so like, how did I get there? I understood what was going on, and the doctors gave me a diagnosis, but they couldn't answer the one question that I really had, and that was like, how did I get here? Like, what caused this? What happened? Everybody eats bad in college, but everybody doesn't go through colon failure.
Right.
So it's just like, how did I get here? And so they couldn't answer that question. So my journey began by literally going to the library, start researching nutrition and food and how the body works, and really getting into it. And before I knew it, I took so many classes and courses that I've become a nutritionist in that process.
Wow.
And never to do it as a business, but just really, I was really searching how to heal myself.
Right.
And the great part about it is then I end up running into a lot of what's natural doctors and natural healers in that process, which was really cool, because in the 90s that wasn't like the hot thing, right?
Not at all.
Like, no one was talking about natural healers or natural medicine and integrative medicine, which is what I end up studying more of. And so I ran across a bunch of people in that space who really took me under their wings and educated me.
Excellent.
And
So integrative medicine.
Integrative means just what it is. It's interconnected. And so in my business, I tell people all the time, health is the state of your being, you being free of disease. But wellness is a state of living. So that's the way I defined it. It's
Come
your
through,
state
Crystal,
of living.
girl, you're teaching
It's
me.
like
Come
how are you mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, occupationally?
Right.
How well are you? And that's you as a total person. I tell people wellness is more so of a process, where health is a state of as is. So in that integrative practice, you have to look at the whole person. We're multi-dimensional human beings, so we need a multifaceted approach as to the way we fix ourselves
And so
or deal with ourselves.
You treated yourself with.
I treated myself not just through, you know, figuring out being free from what my ailment was.
Right.
It was more so like, how can I bring, well, in science it's called homeostasis. How do I bring my body into balance again?
That's right.
Like complete balance. And that has to do with and that's what people refer to when they talk about mind, body, and spirit. So how do I bring my entire body into a balanced
space.
In a balanced space. So my body can function the way it's supposed to function. And that's the biggest key. It's like really, when we're looking at ailments, a lot of times we end up treating symptoms. And so, and the problem reoccurs because you don't know the root cause of that problem. You haven't fixed the issue that started that problem. So really looking at what's the overall root cause, dealing with that from the ground up. And not just dealing with one part. You know, some people, it's just like when you decide you want to lose weight, and when people come, it's like, I just want to lose my stomach. I was like, well, this is not how this works. You know, like it's the whole body. Yeah, it's like I understand that you have a point of that you're like really concerned about, but you have to deal with the total being of itself. So really, you know, so that's kind of in my practice. That's the way I do it. When I come to you, when people have a nutrition consultation with me, they're really shocked because one of the first questions is, tell me about your living, like tell me more about your home environment.
Right.
And there's like, what is it got to do with it?
Yeah. So
like,
like
no,
for us, we may be eating, you know, behind the counter.
Yeah, I need to know, what do you do for a living?
Yeah,
like,
what do you do for a
I
living?
need to know, like, do you travel a lot for work? Do you work from home? Do you go into an office? Are you subjected to being around a lot of fast food options? Like, I need to know, do you have a family? So now you're not just eating for yourself, you're eating for your family. Do you have kids? You know, so really, you have to understand the total person to really figure out. I tell people it's a real true statement when people say, you know, you are what you eat. Like, and when they say that, it's more so like, your world is literally on your plate. Like, so when you're consuming things, you're not just consuming food. You're consuming what you do at work. You're consuming what you do at school.
The stress, and all that.
So I need to know all of that because your consumption is far beyond what's food. Food is just one aspect of what you consume in a day.
Right. Right.
There's so many other things that you're consuming throughout your day.
Right.
So really dealing with the total person. So from an integrative perspective, you have to deal with all the things that integrate. So, because I don't really believe in like work-life balance because nothing is 50-50, right? That's just craziness.
Really?
It's more so work-life integration. So when it comes to nutrition, it's about how do you integrate your life into being a well person. Because no time can you walk out here and say, oh, I'm just going to deal with work 50% this way and deal with life 50% that way. So there'll never be a balance of that. That doesn't exist. So how do you integrate properly? Because sometimes life is going to be 80% and your work going to get 20% because there's a lot going on at home when you walk in that office.
Right.
That's it.
And regardless of how you feel, your life is going to be taking over 80% of your day, even though you're physically at work. So you have to figure out how you integrate that into your operation of how you're living.
Right. Right.
Now, Crystal, I have a question for you. In your journey to become well, to heal yourself, how people that wanted to share that information with you, how apt were they to share that information with you?
I always start off by sharing my story.
Yes.
Because I think that's key. Because it's a lot of people don't realize, I don't even know if it's like from a perspective of them not wanting to share information, but more so like, is that information even needed? Like, because they don't think certain things like, oh, well, I don't need to tell her that. Where it may be something that's really pertinent for me to create a sustainable plan for you. So I like to have like what I call my calls with clients before I have a consultation to tell them more about me. The call is just about me. It's not about you telling me all your stuff. So then once you know the information I'm sharing with you, you may be more apt to say, well, it may be important that I tell her XYZ. Like it's important for me to know if you have a pet.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
it's important for me to know, you know, when I ask, one of the questions is like, are you regular? Like when the doctor asks, are you regular? My question is, what's your definition of regular?
That's
Because your version of regular may not be what's really regular. It's regular to you because that's been your norm, but that's not what the norm really should be.
Right.
So really it's about, me sharing what my day looks like, what my life looks like, what my background looks like, and then allowing the client to open up to me.
That's why I asked that question, because you seem so passionate. You seem like, there's a saying that people don't care what you know until they know that you care.
Yeah.
You know how much you care.
And it's so true.
And you seem so passionate about it. And I wondered, what brought that passion? Maybe, because you seem very, like you just want to share. You have that passion.
Because I really remember being that person. Searching for answers.
Wow.
And realizing that nobody could answer my questions and I was just frustrated. For me, that was just a level of frustration. Like, I'm here in Houston, Texas, the largest medical center in the world, and people can't answer my questions, which I, at the age of 21, thought were very basic.
Right.
And we're so used to throwing medicine at a problem.
That's it.
Drugs at a problem.
And it's not necessarily, and really, that was a whole nother thing, giving options. Not knowing that you actually have options when you go to the doctor. And so for me to actually talk to my clients and walk them through processes where they can be armed with information just to know that they clearly have an option. Like, you may not need to take this prescription drugs. You may have another option of getting healed through something else. So being able for them to make a choice, because when you're not doing well, the last thing you want to do is give somebody else the power over your body.
Absolutely.
Because
let's hold it right there, guys. Don't you guys move. You stay right there. We'll be right back. This is Lisa with Red Door Conversations.
Hi, my name is Alicia Washington, and I'm excited to share my experience with GBR Realty and Lisa White. So I've had the opportunity to sell, buy new construction, and lease with Lisa White and GBR Realty. My first transaction was selling a home that I'd originally purchased as a foreclosure. As expected, when the inspection came back, there was a laundry list of things that needed to be addressed. The thing that I liked most about Lisa is that she helped me go through that laundry list and really decipher what was a must-do versus what was a nice-to-do. Anything that affected the overall functionality or structure of the home, she made sure that we addressed. She provided us with contractor resources who were affordable and reliable and able to get the job done in a timely manner. As a result, we sold that house for way more than I would have ever expected, and I was absolutely happy with the service received. That experience made me completely confident when we decided to build a new construction home. I knew that I would get the same value in that home that Lisa made sure I provided to the buyer of my previous home. Again, as can be expected, there were ups and downs throughout the process. The thing that I liked the most, though, is that I rarely knew about the downs while they were happening. Lisa worked with the builder, got things addressed, and by the time I found out what went wrong, we could laugh about it instead of stressing out about it. And that was really important for me. We got through the new construction, though it was a little bit behind schedule, but I was confident when I moved into my home that I had the best possible product that I could get because she stayed on top of everyone who was involved in the process. Because of all of these experiences that I've had with Lisa over the years, she is undoubtedly my realtor for life.
Welcome back, guys. This is Lisa White with Red Door Conversations. We have our expert guest today, Miss Crystal Hadnott. I wanted to ask you guys, this is for everybody on the panel, what are 3 non-negotiables as it relates to your self-care? I'm gonna start with our guest, Crystal. 3 non-negotiables that you have as it relates to your self-care.
That's easy. My runs are non-negotiable.
Wow.
I really believe in giving myself the first 90 minutes of every day. I think that's important before I incorporate any other human into my day. I have to give it to myself. And in my run, that includes my meditation and my prayer. So I do a prayer meditation with my runs every day. Another non-negotiable is because I run, my stretch therapist
I love it.
is a non-negotiable. Every week I get stretched and adjusted with a chiropractor. So
Really?
Yes, every week, every Monday, without fail.
Wow.
I have my stretch therapist do a 30-minute stretch session. and then I get adjusted right after my stretch.
When I grow up, I want to be just like you, Crystal. Marla, what are your non-negotiables?
You know what? I don't even know that I have 3. The non-negotiable that I can think of is my massages.
And that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Have it.
What about you, Kim?
Well, my real non-negotiable, every year I give myself a mantra. Like, this is what you're going to live by. And the one negotiable is I seek joy. And I'm very intentional about my joy right now. I'm intentional about people who are in my space, things, projects, work. If it is not bringing me joy, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
That's non-negotiable.
You've given a different spin on it, and you also get massages as well.
Oh, the massages are a non-negotiable too.
So
Usually every week, and if not every week, every 2 weeks. But the other non-negotiable is my prayer and meditation in the morning.
okay.
Seriously, I don't start the day because that starts the energy for the rest of your day.
It
It really does.
Without having
Absolutely, I completely agree. So in hearing you guys say what your non-negotiables are, for me, I would have to say affirmations. I'm really big on affirmations and things of that nature, and just protecting my peace. Anything, anyone, person, place, a thing, whatever.
Yeah.
If it's causing disruption,
It's not an option.
it's out of here.
It's not an option.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think people need to say no and mean
Yes.
no and have that be a complete sentence.
But I like Crystal's non-negotiables.
What's the running?
The stretching,
The stretching.
the running,
Oh.
and see, because I was a runner as a youth, my knees are not good, so it would have to be walking for me.
Yes.
But something, I just can't sit on the couch.
Physical every. but you know what we do sometimes? People just sit until they have to go do a showing. You know, if you're
Right,
a realtor,
right.
you're behind, you're running
Right,
comps, you're in front
right.
of the and I could not just sit all day without getting up, moving. I even go outside just to let the sun shine on my
Right,
face.
and you work
have to
outdoors
recharge.
sometime. You do. You'll get your laptop and you go work in your backyard.
I will do that.
And
you
I-
know
I-
that
I
about
like-
me, don't
yes.
you, friend? I like that.
Yes.
So yeah, Crystal, you are just really. I mean, when I grow up, I want to be like you.
It took some time.
It took some time. All right.
And I'm happy to report. I mean, I'm happy to hear that it did take some time, because I'm thinking, Lord, I'm just a mess over here.
Well, that's
It takes time. No, it's literally like running a marathon. It's like one foot in front of the other.
That's it.
And every day ain't the same. Like some days instead of running a marathon, I feel like I'm on a treadmill running in place. You know.
Exactly.
You know, it's
And
just the
that's
reality.
honest
Like it's
conversation
not. It
entrepreneurs
doesn't look
need.
good every day.
Right.
Yes.
Because
Some days I don't want to get up and run.
Because don't we see these things on TV, on YouTube? You got to give 100% all times.
No.
You got to push.
You can
but-
sleep when you're dead.
Right, sleep when you're dead. Hey,
Girl, I'm getting ready to sleep now.
No.
You have to
But that's the
recharge
part
your
of the
body.
whole being well. I tell
Yeah.
people, and sleep is a part of that. I'm in writing this devotional. One of the characteristics I was always stating is just looking at what do you learn and what can I bring into my life that I learned as a runner, and rest was one of them.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
if you don't rest
And I
and
don't get
recover,
enough sleep, yeah.
it's not gonna happen.
That's a non-negotiable for me,
You have to sleep.
Yeah.
See, I have to
At
work
Not just
9:30.
sleep, but I mean
Yeah.
you have to rest.
Rest.
Because that's the difference. Your eyes can be closed because you're exhausted and you just pass out. That's not rest.
And see, I try to reach them late. If I'm doing something late, they're knocked out. This one here's in the bed at 9 and 9:30.
My pajamas don't ask me to be anywhere at 9:30 because I'm in full pajamas by that time.
Well, I'm pajama down, but I'm
You're
probably
working.
Yep. Because here's the deal. I have little children, so they older now, 13 and 8, and so we have busy lives, and so I stop early, my day early, to pick them up from school. And then I start back once they're gone to bed. So I may be up working. Last night I was typing a contract at midnight, and that's just not.
You said something earlier,
Integration.
balance, work-life balance is not a real thing.
Correct.
But you said, I like integration.
I love that.
Because you have to figure out how to integrate all the things that are not gonna stop happening in your life. But do it from a healthy perspective.
I love that she said that.
I do too.
Because I have integrated for years and people don't even understand it. But that's where you get that joy from. That's where you're able to, just kind of
where everything else fall in line.
falls into place.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, because when your body is at rest, it's at peace. So joy can come in. Joy cannot come in a space that's not at
Chaotic.
rest and chaotic
Right.
at rest. I tell you, it's very similar to when you, I'm always relating things to either running or nutrition, like when you go through a detox and you try to eat that food that you had took out and you get sick. So, because now that you're clean, that type of food cannot sit in your system anymore. So your body removes it. So you can't have all this rest and like disorder can't operate if you're at rest and at peace. So it's hard to even allow that to be in that space. And when you're in the opposite, when you're not at peace and rest, love and joy and all that can't come in either.
So let me ask you a question. What are some of the common mistakes that you see business owners making, and what can you tell them so that they can avoid those mistakes?
The biggest mistake I would say is that there's always tomorrow. Like, you don't have to do everything today. A lot of business owners feel like they have to do all the things today.
That's
and
on your
you don't.
list.
There's always tomorrow. Okay, you didn't post on social media today. Do it tomorrow. It's gonna be okay.
And see, you know, sometime, Crystal, I'll be honest with you, I've gone to bed, didn't type up a contract, woke up the next morning, now this is not recently, but woke up the next morning, offer has been accepted. They've already reviewed and looked at the contracts.
Well, you know what you have to know? Is that that's somebody else's home for your client. That was for somebody else.
Wait a minute,
That was
right.
for somebody else. Yeah, we put a lot of weight on our shoulders about things that we can't control. If you fell asleep, there's nothing, you can't turn back time. You can't go rewrite the contract. It's done. Now, what do we do to go forward? But we get stuck on this, like you said, I gotta get it done today. Gotta get it done today.
right.
And that's
But it
dangerous.
just reminds me of that. I don't know if you guys seen that. It's a meme where it's a little girl holding her teddy bear, and there's like Jesus, a God, like is saying, "Give me the teddy bear," but she doesn't know that he's holding a bigger teddy bear behind it. So she don't want to let go of the little teddy bear that she's holding, but she can't see the big teddy bear that's behind. So it's really about, like, you have to decide, like, do I want to just go after, like, because I know when I got in business, everybody was like, get that money, get that bag. Now it's like, secure the bag. I'm like, but what if that's not your bag to secure? What if there's a bigger bag if you just let that bag go?
That part.
And it's hard.
That part.
And it's hard.
She preaching,
That
y'all.
part. She just gave a word right there.
Okay,
hard.
every bag ain't your bag.
It's not.
Every bag is not your bag.
Because that little
No.
bag,
Your grandmother said it, all money ain't good money,
Yeah.
but all money ain't your money. And there's one thing, again, in this devotional, I said, you know, the scripture says, not to get too churchy on y'all, you know, you do reap what you sow, but
We're believers, honey, so you're good.
That scripture never says you reap where you sow, and it don't say you reap what you sow right now. So while we're always trying to just like sow seeds, a lot of times we don't even allow it to just like sit and let it fertilize. And the cool part about it is that when you're looking at fruit, because of course I'm gonna go back and like the different types of plants that grow, the fruit with the most nourishment are actually root vegetables. And root vegetables, you never see them grow above the ground, which is why they call root vegetables. Like you just see a couple of sprouts. So most people don't know that the seeds that they're creating is actually producing, but they're
they don't
too busy
see.
trying to throw more seeds on top, right? When really it's a root vegetable. It's just deeply rooted and grounded, and you can't see the growth because it's underneath.
I like that.
another word. Another word.
So, Crystal, what are some specific services that you offer in the space of health and wellness?
So I offer nutrition consultations, which is the most popular, where people come in for a consult and I create from them what I like to call their nutrition plan, which is very similar to a business plan. Because I'm not doing like eat this on Monday, eat this on Tuesday, because a lot of people expect it's a basic meal plan. It's really like an 8-page, this is like the action plan for your nutrition and for your complete wellness based on what we discuss. So there's the nutrition consultation, and then from there I do a lot of coaching and counseling. So, and it's having the conversations like we're having right now. So a lot of times it's like, okay, I understand what I need to do to get my body healthy out of the state of disease, but the coaching and counseling is where I work on the wellness. And so that's the other service that I offer, the coaching and counseling outside the actual consultation. So now from the consultation, we deal with your health. and we have an action plan that we set up, and then we go through the counseling and coaching, or then we work and tap into the areas of wellness. Like, how can I help you become and create this plan and create action items to become a well human being?
Awesome.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Now, I have a different
Yeah.
well, a little different of a conversation. Texas just legalized marijuana for the treatment of PTSD.
Yes.
So I want to get your thoughts on herbal therapies and treatments.
Well, considering that I have a line of wellness products that are based off of herbs, I'm all for it. But also because I have, since, I was saying it's 5 years, but it's actually more so, it's since 2016, I have also been a person who has been prescribed marijuana for my autoimmune disease. So I am a person who is a really big proponent of
Herbal therapy.
Any alternative that have shown evidence to support, I'm all for it. Simply for because you get, a lot of people don't understand what a lot of diseases with PTSD it's mental, yes, but a lot of diseases start within the gut, and a lot of people don't understand the hormones that are created in your gut is the same hormones that access your brain. So it does actually affect the mental capacity. So when you have a drug that actually helped those brain neurotransmitters that talk to the brain, it really actually heals the gut. And people don't understand that.
Wow.
And so
Okay.
I'm all for it when it comes to specifically like autoimmune diseases and any other diseases.
CBD treatments.
CBD treatments. I mean, and there's different ones. So there's CBD, there's CBN, there's CBG, there's CBC. So you have to understand there's different also strands that's for different types of ailments that works for them.
Well, listen, we have other questions we want to get to. I mean, this is our therapy session with you on the couch.
That's fine.
But we ran out of time. We ran out of time, but
Can't be.
But it's over. The show
I'm
is
upset
over.
about that.
Well, I want to take a look here at what Crystal has. Tell us about it.
So Rise and Run is a devotion. Like I said, I run every morning and I do my prayer and meditation. Rise and Run is a devotion, and it's rising and running to run your best life. So it's not an actual physical run. And in the devotion, it has the scripture and a prayer that ends every devotion that's dedicated to a specific character. And it's the characteristics that I develop as a runner that also is applicable to life. And it's based off the 9 fruits of the Spirit.
And you say it was released on June 1.
June 1.
Okay.
June 1. And there's an
2022.
actual journal that actually accompanies the devotion as well, that kind of give you, a lot of people like to call them affirmations, but I like to call them declarations.
All right, I like that.
Declare who you are. And so the journal is kind of really where you kind of make your declarations for yourself.
And where would someone be able to
They
get
can
that?
get this on my website at crystalhadnott.com. They can get the book.
All right.
Close us out, Marla.
All right. So you've heard it. I was so
Engaged in the conversation.
Yes, I was. But it's been wonderful, Crystal. Thank you so very much
Thank you for having
being
me.
on Red Door Conversations. And thank you to our audience. We will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.